Welcome back to Bike Beat. Today we're diving deep into one of the most dependable names in India's commuter segment, the Bajaj Platina 110, updated for 2026. This is a motorcycle that doesn't scream for attention with flashy power figures or wild styling, but rather wins riders over with its everyday usability, excellent mileage, rider comfort, and a price that's hard to beat. It's not just a machine, it's a partner for the millions who rely on two wheels every single day. The heart of the Platina 110 is its tried-and-tested 115.45 cubic centimeters, air-cooled, single-cylinder, fuel-injected engine. It produces about 8.6 PS at 7,000 RPM and 9.81 Newton-meters of torque at 5,000 RPM. On paper, these numbers might look modest, but the real magic is in how this engine is tuned. Bajaj has engineered it to deliver torque in the low and mid-range, which is exactly where city commuters spend most of their time. This makes the bike quick off the line at traffic signals, smooth in stop-and-go situations, and forgiving when you're riding at low speeds in higher gears. Riders consistently note that you don't need to shift too often, and that reduces fatigue when crawling through bumper-to-bumper traffic. The engine pairs with a 5-speed gearbox on select trims and a 4-speed option on others, depending on the exact variant. Gear shifts are light and precise, and the clutch action is soft, which makes it very beginner-friendly and easy for long-term use. The top speed hovers around 90 km per hour. While this is not a highway cruiser, the Platina will happily sit between 60 to 70 km per hour all day long, which is the sweet spot for economy and comfort. This leads us to its most defining trait, fuel efficiency. The 2026 Platina 110 proudly maintains the legacy of delivering a mileage close to 70 kmpl. In real-world conditions, riders often report 65 to 70 depending on riding style, load, and traffic. That kind of efficiency is a game-changer in a market where every rupee counts. With rising fuel costs, the Platina ensures you don't feel the pinch at the pump. Handling and ride comfort are just as critical for a commuter, and Bajaj hasn't compromised there either. The Platina 110 uses a tubular single downtube chassis that is lightweight yet sturdy enough for city conditions. Suspension duties are handled by 135mm telescopic front forks and 110mm nitrox spring-over-spring units at the rear. This combination is tuned to absorb potholes, speed breakers, and rough patches that Indian roads throw at riders every day. It's not just about surviving bad roads, it's about doing so without shaking the rider's bones. Bajaj markets this as ComfortTech technology, and after riding it, most would agree the Platina feels far more forgiving than many competitors in this segment. One of the Platina's biggest strengths is its seat. At 807mm, the seat height is approachable for a wide range of riders, from shorter to taller. The long, wide, and well-cushioned quilted seat is a lifesaver on longer commutes. It easily accommodates both rider and pillion, and the flat profile means comfort is evenly spread, unlike some commuter bikes with stepped or contoured designs. Add wide footboards for the pillion and ergonomic handlebar placement for the rider, and you get an upright riding stance that doesn't put stress on your wrists or back. This isn't just a machine you ride, it's a machine you can ride for hours without feeling drained. The Platina 110 doesn't chase the digital revolution too hard. Its instrument cluster is simple, practical, and easy to read. Most variants use a semi-digital unit where you get an analog speedometer paired with a small digital screen that shows trip meter, odometer, fuel level, and sometimes even a gear position indicator on select trims. It's minimalistic but functional. And frankly, that's all a commuter really needs. You don't get unnecessary distractions, just the essentials presented clearly. In terms of braking, Bajaj has taken a sensible approach. You get drum brakes at both ends on the standard variant, assisted by CBS, or combined braking system, which ensures that both brakes are applied when you press the foot lever, improving stability and reducing chances of skidding. It's simple, reliable, and affordable to maintain. Earlier iterations of the Platina 110 were offered with a front disc and even ABS, but for 2026 the brand has trimmed the lineup to focus on the most affordable, highest value configurations. That doesn't mean safety is neglected. The CBS system works effectively for the kind of speeds the bike is built for, and tubeless tires further improve safety by allowing slower deflation in case of punctures. Styling on the 2026 Platina 110 sticks closely to its commuter DNA. Bajaj has never tried to make the Platina something it isn't. The design is straightforward, clean, and purpose-driven. You get a neat fuel tank with subtle creases, sleek headlamp with LED DRL and some trims, body-colored mirrors, alloy wheels, and a tidy tail section. It's not flashy, but it's timeless. There's a simplicity here that actually works in its favor. While other bikes age as trends shift, the Platina's understated look remains relevant year after year. The quilted seat cover on higher trims adds a small dash of style without breaking the Platina's understated appeal. Available color options typically include classic shades like ebony black with silver or red decals, and cocktail wine red, each designed to blend subtlety with a commuter's practicality. Now, let's talk price, because that's where the Platina shines brightest. As of 2026, the ex-showroom price sits between 71,500 and 74,800 rupees, depending on the variant. On-road, that translates to roughly 80,000 to 85,000 rupees in most states after insurance and registration. This keeps it within reach of the average commuter, college student, or first-time buyer. Compare that to rivals from Hero or TVS, and the Platina often undercuts them while still delivering competitive performance, better comfort, and similar or better fuel economy. When we step back and look at what the Platina 110 really offers, it becomes clear why it remains such a staple on Indian roads. It isn't about thrills. It isn't about high-speed weekend runs. It's about dependability. It's about delivering consistent performance, making sure you can commute to work every day without spending a fortune on fuel, keeping you and your pillion comfortable, and doing all that while being inexpensive to maintain. Service costs are minimal, parts are easily available even in smaller towns, and Bajaj's service network is widespread. Of course, no bike is perfect. If you're someone who craves excitement, the Platina 110 may feel too subdued. Its build quality, while decent, isn't premium, and you won't find advanced features like Bluetooth connectivity or a fully digital console. But for its purpose, these are not deal breakers. In fact, the lack of gimmicks is what keeps the price down and the reliability up. Owners who've had Platinas for years often testify to the bike's resilience. Even after tens of thousands of kilometers, it remains frugal, easy to repair, and inexpensive to run. So, who is the 2026 Bajaj Platina 110 for? It's for the commuter who values every drop of fuel. It's for the student who needs reliable transport without burning through allowance or part-time earnings. It's for families that want a practical second bike to run errands. And it's for the rider who sees a bike not as a toy, but as a trusted partner that works day in and day out. In closing, the Bajaj Platina 110 continues to embody everything a commuter bike should be: affordable, efficient, comfortable, and reliable. With its 115 cubic centimeters heart, 70 kmpl economy, forgiving suspension, comfortable seating, CBS safety, and a price tag well under 75,000 rupees, it remains one of the smartest choices for practical two-wheeling in India. The 2026 update doesn't revolutionize the formula, but it doesn't need to. The Platina 110 stays true to its identity, and that identity is exactly why millions continue to trust it. Thanks for tuning in to Bike Beat. If this deep dive helped you understand the 2026 Bajaj Platina 110 better, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more detailed two-wheeler reviews, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Would you pick practicality over performance? Would you consider the Platina as your next commuter? Let us know. Until next time, ride safe, ride smart, and keep beating the streets with your bike.